This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by a man who's trying to dress as the star of the show now, Mr. Ben Whittaker. Ben, how you doing?
All good, man, yourself?
I'm very well, thank you. It's been a minute since we last saw each other. Here we are, Liam Cameron, October 12th. How does it feel? Riyadh season on one of them big shows.
You know, it's just another body in front of me, man. What are you saying, big man? You good?
Don't want to get in your interviews because I want to get into trouble. All I'll say is I'll see you soon.
There we go, man. That's the thumbnail.
Listen, I mean, like Eddie's made it quite vocal of potentially working together in the future. So
You know, man. I ain't saying too much, man.
you don't want to get yourself in trouble. Ben, obviously here we are, as you mentioned, Liam Cameron. Talk to me about this fight. Talk about Liam Cameron. A very good performance against Lyndon Arthur last time out from himself. Come up on the short side of it, but what did you make of it? What did you make of that fight?
Yeah, I watched about 2 rounds and turned it off, man, because the build up to it, he was classing Lyndon as washed out. He's past it now. He's on the downhill slope, and he lost to him. So if you're losing to a downhill slope, him, I'm an upcoming lion, man. So that's all I got to say on that.
I mean, with that in mind, obviously there's a lot of expectations, on your own shoulders, and you'll be expected to do more of a dominant and damaging job on Liam Cameron. How do you expect to see things play out come October 12th?
A win, a Ben Whittaker win, of course, by any means necessary. We've ticked every box, trained as hard as we can, sparred everybody we can, and we're in great shape. We're ready now.
Is it just a win, Mo, or do we see more of an explosive finish?
Of course, man, I want to beat him down, get him out there, look good while doing it. But I know whatever it will be a win.
Obviously, we know on the the domestic scene, you've shared the ring with everybody in sparring, you've shared the ring with everybody worldwide. What's the plan beyond the Liam Cameron? Is it looking at the likes of, you mentioned, a Lyndon Arthur, maybe a Dan Aziz, which has been spoken about for a while? Are they the fights we see early 2025?
I think so, I'm getting to that level now where, like you said, this kid just scraped a loss, split decision, lost against those, beat him. I'm behind them on paper. So for me, that would be the good names to get, tick them off the resume and move on.
I know that Ben Shalom has mentioned December, New York in previous interviews. Is that likely still?
Yeah, of course, we went out there, we sat down with NBC and everything they had planned was great, but you've got to win first. So, of course, focus on October 12th, and we've got a good Christmas in New York, man.
When you sit down and have more conversations with Eddie Hearn by the sounds of it.
Hey, man, a lot of eyes on me right now, so I'm not saying nothing.
Ben, obviously just kind of getting your thoughts on the domestic scene. Joshua Buatsi, somebody you know well, defeated Willie Hutchinson recently this past weekend. What do you make of his performance and win?
Yeah, good win. Happy for him, of course. Got the interim. I thought it was unanimous. I thought he won unanimous. Dropped him twice, and the point was taken off. But at the end of the day, a win's a win, and he can move on with his career.
Just 2 more from me. The main event for this fight, as it's in your division, Beterbiev, Bivol, how does it play out?
Oh man, you probably see so many interviews I've changed, swapped and changed. I was so strong on Beterbiev. I said Beterbiev will probably stop him. But now I've gone back to Bivol, and I think Bivol's just a young, fresher. He stayed active. He can fight close, he can fight long, and his fitness is good, so I'll probably edge towards more Bivol.
And then, of course, the main event from this past weekend, Anthony Joshua, somebody you know well, stopped in the 5th round against Daniel Dubois. What did you make of that?
I know both guys very well. I've travelled the world with Dubois when I was young, and I know what he's capable of. He had his little ups and downs and blips in his career, but you have to think he's still my age. He's my age and he's fighting the likes of a Usyk, Joe Joyce, Anthony Joshua at 27 or 26. He says a lot, and I think that has built his character to what he is now. And the atmosphere didn't faze him, the occasion didn't faze him, he just stuck it on AJ. And when AJ come out trying to fence him with his head high, hands down, so what's going on here, man? But at the end of the day, hopefully he can come back, right his wrong, and maybe get the rematch. But I like Dubois too, so I don't want him to right the wrong as well, so it's one of those. But at the end of the day, it's a great fight for British fans, and what Dan did was great.
Get one final one out of yourself. The training situation, who are you training with going into this fight?
My small knit crew, man. My dad, Joby Clayton, Jamie Whittaker, S&C, and it's been a great camp, man. I got my own gym now, my own setup, and everything's moving smooth.
Do we expect to see a link up with a new kind of head trainer soon, that one of those big names which you've been linked with?
Yeah, maybe down the line, because I'm a person who knows I always need to learn, and there's always learning that can be done. But for me, I'm in great spirits now. Training's gone well, and I'm my own critic. So we've been watching back sparring, tweaking things, tweaking this, tweaking that, and I think this will be the best Ben Whittaker you've seen.
Well, Ben, appreciate your time. You're a busy man today, so I'll see you soon. Good luck October 12th.
Thank you very much.